Thank you for tuning in to Macroview Television. This is the Taiwan Outlook, and I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. For today's program, we're continuing our conversation with the three young U.S. presidential scholars to be on the program. And let me introduce them at the beginning. First, starting with my far left is Mr. Brian Chen, and in the middle is Miss Faye Chen, and then to my immediate left is Mr. Kevin Chen. And again, welcome to the Taiwan Outlook. I'm going to start off with a question that all of you, probably versed with, is your educational experiences in the States. The three of you must have done very well, as we explained in the earlier program, that you are the recipients of U.S. presidential scholars. The program itself is very prestigious and very difficult. But in explaining your application process, all three of you have emphasized the point that you need to get a balanced, a well-rounded education in the States. I know, Kevin and Brian, you're about to start college, and Faye is continuing into sophomore year at University of Pennsylvania. I want to ask you, you can share with us, your experiences both at the high school level and also at the college level. And how did the experiences that you've accumulated while you're going to school that have helped you in terms of developing goals in life, priorities in life, and what you want to really accomplish? Where do you want to be in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time? Maybe I can start off with the lady.
Sure. So in high school, it was definitely a big growing experience for me, just trying out new things and taking different classes. I think that some of the most important things I learned in high school, I learned outside of the classroom in the extracurricular activities that I participated in. I participated in activities that had to do with math, science, community service, and also leadership. I was very involved in student government. And I did a lot of activities, so it was interesting to see how I could juggle that with my schoolwork, which was always very important, and also all the testing which came around later in high school. Upon entering college, one of the biggest changes was probably the change in pace. I think the pace for college, it's not faster or slower, it's just very different. In high school, whereas I took 7 classes in a row each day, then went home and did homework until I went to bed. In college, you maybe have 2 or 3 classes per day, and then huge chunks of time for any activities that you have. But in college, there's also, I feel, a lot more living that happens.
Of course.
A meal might take, if you eat with a friend, it might take 1 to 2 hours. You also have to worry about laundry and keeping your room tidy and making time for friends and social events, and also keeping up with your work. Yeah,
and Faye, you mentioned that by entering into college, the biggest difference that you felt was the shall we say, amount of free time that you may have on your hands. Maybe you only have 2 or 3 classes in a day, or some days, maybe not now, but in the future that you may even don't have any class. For that fact that it is very important to be not only independent, but also disciplined. Did you find those 2 characters, not just for college? I'm sure that with your achievement in the past, that they were very important for you from the very beginning. Certainly through high school and now into college. Did you think that those 2 characters are important in terms of having a well-versed, well-rounded education and balance your personal life and your academic commitments?
I think it's very important, not just in college, but also afterwards in life and beyond. And I'm very thankful for my high school experience to have taught me how to deal with certain situations and how to juggle everything. It has become invaluable in college when a lot of people are faced with large chunks of free time or and don't know what to do with it and maybe squander it away, and in the end it actually works against them. So it definitely was not an easy first year of college. I don't think anybody could say that their first year of college was easy. But I do think that I came in with possibly the best preparation from my high school that I could.
Okay, good. How was the move away from home, from Chicago, now to UPenn? And UPenn is not a small school.
Right.
You have a lot of students. And how did you find the adjustment in terms of, you were a big fish, in a small pond back in high school, but now you're a big fish in a big pond with a lot of, students, also top students from other, high schools. Did you find the adjustment difficult and also moving away from home?
I definitely found it to be very refreshing because
Okay.
Even though I came from a pretty large high school into an even larger university,
Yes.
But at university, almost every student that you'll meet has something special about them. They're really great
Definitely.
at something.
Yes.
So it's always fun to talk to them and get to know them and see what that thing is or what those multiple things are, and just learn about where they come from. There's many international students, many students that come from
Exactly.
all different walks of life, that I've never experienced before. And also the university is placed in West Philadelphia, which is a very different community that I come from.
Yeah.
But I think that it was very refreshing to begin university, and a lot of people say that it's very competitive, and it is competitive, but that's nothing that we haven't seen before, and it's only through this that we can grow by learning from others who we perhaps admire and trying to emulate them.
Okay, that's wonderful. Let me ask you, Brian, you're about to start, college in about, what, 1 month?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is also going to be the first time you move away from home.
Yeah.
Home is in West Virginia, and now you're going to school in Princeton, upstate New York.
Yeah.
And then, well, what's going through your head right now? What's going through your heart? Are you nervous? Do you have any high school friends that are going to Princeton with you?
I have a friend that goes to our rival high school in our town that I know.
Oh, really?
So
were you guys friends?
Yeah, we're friends, I guess. Rivals, but friends.
Okay.
So there's one person I know there, but I still have to say I'm pretty nervous, pretty scared about it. But in a good way, it's getting me ready to go there, I guess. I guess everybody's a little bit nervous moving out and having to live on their own. I've never lived for more than 3 or 4 weeks by myself, so we'll see how that goes.
Are you going to be at the dormitory?
Yes,
first
yes.
year? Okay.
In the dormitory.
But I'm going to ask you probably the same question I asked Faye just now, that you're going to a very prestigious university, not just in the States, but worldwide, part of the Ivy League, and you're certainly going to be competing with other top students from all over the country, all over the world. And how do you, prepare yourself for the adjustment?
I think
for the transition.
It'll be, I guess I prepared all through high school, so we'll see how that holds up in there. Hopefully my study habits have improved, and I'm just so excited to meet all the new people that are going to Princeton. Every single person will be quite amazing in and of themselves.
Of course,
so it'll just be nothing like ever before with so many people that are so smart surrounding me. Hopefully get some interaction with them, exchange ideas, and learn something new every single day.
Yeah. Do you have any idea what what major you want to be in?
I think I'm going to try pre-med, but really
so
not
biology,
sure.
chemistry?
Biology and chemistry, something like that.
Okay,
maybe
good.
biochem mixed together.
Well, certainly good luck to you. I'm going to ask you, Kevin. Kevin, you probably, among the three of you, are not moving too far away from home. Okay, how far is University of Indiana to your house?
It's about a 2-hour to 2.5-hour drive.
Well, that's tolerable. You're very close in states, distance sense.
Right.
And how do you prepare yourself for the adjustment? You're going to live on campus, or you're going to be in the dormitory?
All first-year students at Indiana
Required.
University
Okay, good.
are required.
Okay. Indiana University is also a very nice school. The basketball program used to be a powerhouse in the States.
It's rebuilding.
Oh, it's rebuilding. Good. All right. But how do you make the adjustment?
Well, first, I have to learn to do laundry. That's very important.
Okay. All right.
I still have not done that.
Okay.
But other than that, I think I just have to get back in gear, get back into my study habits.
Okay.
It's been a couple months, but I think I can do it.
But school starts for you end of August, right? It's
end
on the
of
semester.
August 31st, yes.
Okay. And then what is likely to be your major?
I'm doing a pre-med track, but I think I'll major in biochemistry.
Biochemistry. Okay. And for the fact that you're different from Faye and Brian, because home is a little closer, a lot closer, then how would you think that would make a difference in your transition to college life?
Not a lot of difference because I don't think my parents are, like, they don't want to pay the gas to drive that far all the time. But yeah,
you can take the bus home.
Yeah, they'll be there to support me.
Okay,
I think.
good.
Yeah.
And then do you have siblings that have gone to Indiana University?
No, I only have a younger brother. He's still going to high school.
Okay, all right. But you're certainly looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
And college life, like the two of them said, will be very different.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. And then what would you think, if there's anything that you can share with us that may be a problem area that you worry about? What is it, other than laundry?
Okay. Well, the first semester I'm taking chemistry, physics, and biology.
Are they all required, or you just decided to do so?
Well, I figured I'd get most of them out of the way, so.
You're sure?
Yeah.
But you have up to what, week number 4 to drop in that?
Yeah, drop it. Yeah, but I think I'll see if I can handle it, and if I can't, it's okay. I have 4 years to do it.
You have plenty of time.
Right.
Okay. Well, we're going to take another short break. We'll be right back to the Taiwan Outlook, and we'll continue this conversation with 3 outstanding young presidential scholars from the U.S. We'll be back in 2 minutes.